Good morning and welcome to NewsWatch Today. I'm Ruby Mitchell.
And I'm Nicholas Brownlee. This week, Dutch Bros Coffee is coming to the Ozarks.
And a local church is taking great steps to help those in need.
Madison Tabor is here with your forecast, and Nicholas McKinley has the latest sports news. This is NewsWatch Today. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Standing by is our weather anchor, Madison, with our first look at the forecast.
Madison, what can you tell us about the weather today?
Well, I hope everybody watching has enjoyed the spring-like weather we've had. Today we're going to get a glimpse of what summer is going to feel like. Our current conditions right now, it is 54 degrees, but it feels like 51. But as we go throughout the day, we're actually going to get up to a high of 80 degrees. So we're going to feel like a little bit of summer with wind of 17 miles per hour. So you'll feel that wind, but it'll be a little bit of a warmer wind. But we'll see what the rest of our forecast looks like in just a minute, so stay with us.
Thanks, Madison. I am really hoping that nice weather sticks around.
Me too. I'm ready for spring.
Evangel University will host its third annual Veteran Valor Appreciation Luncheon for veterans and active duty service members on Friday, March 28th. Local, current, and past service members were invited to attend this free event. Veterans were asked to register through the Evangel website. Those attending the luncheon will be invited to participate in Evangel's morning chapel service at 9:45 a.m. It will include special recognition for service members and a military panel session led by EU President Dr. Mike Rakes. Dutch Bros Coffee is planning to build locations in Springfield and Ozark. The drive-through coffee chain has revealed that it aims to build a store at West Sunshine Street in Springfield between Taco Bell and Plaza Tire. President of the Ozark Chamber member, Chris Russell, has also revealed where the chain plans to build in Ozark. The chain's locations have previously been reserved to the western and southern parts of America, which means that their locations in Missouri will also signify their first appearance in the northern part of the country.
Solid Rock Church, a small congregation near Evangel, has become a strong community support network for local refugees and immigrants. Last year, the church committed to helping a family from Venezuela for 6 months. Now, 39 families have been welcomed into the church, and they have started printing their services in 5 different languages to allow everyone access to the Word. Julie Evans, a volunteer and member of Solid Rock, says that this ministry can be summed up as loving your neighbor as yourself.
Heart Song is a travel ensemble for Evangel University involved in many ministry opportunities. Just returning from their spring break tour to Fort Myers, Florida this past weekend, they were able to minister in churches and hold an impactful prison service where many inmates came to the Lord. Several months of preparation also allowed them to hold an entire service in Spanish. Director of Heart Song, Bonnie Jenkins, sees this worship team as a great way to represent the university and as a learning opportunity for students.
Well, Heart Song has been in existence for 32 years, and over those 32 years, I have been the director. And it is a traveling ministry ensemble, worship ensemble that represents Evangel University. The students in Heart Song, of course, are students who have ministry at heart and are either gifted vocally or instrumentally. They don't all come from the music department. They're from various programs throughout the school. But when they audition and I hear them perform or sing and I talk to them, I just kind of am looking for students that really want to be on a team that is ministry oriented.
Heart Song is involved on and off Evangel campus with youth ministries, fine arts, campus chapel, and surrounding churches. Students looking to get involved can find auditions held at the beginning of the fall semester for any available positions.
It's game over for more GameStops. The company announced its plans to shut a significant number of its locations over the next few months. GameStops have been gradually disappearing, A decade ago, there were roughly 6,000 of them worldwide. Now, there's just over 3,200. Company officials say they have had troubles adapting to the streaming era and the way customer spending habits have changed.
During spring break at Evangel, a number of student groups visited other states and countries as part of EU's culture and community emphasis. With the story is Elijah Wright.
Over spring break, there were multiple mission trips held by the Global Cultures and Compassions Department. Trips to Spain, Costa Rica, and Germany and Belgium. These trips gave great opportunities for students and locals alike. In Costa Rica, students served by sharing the gospel through skits and stories. They also helped paint a church. The students and leaders spent much time praising the Lord together. The kids were led in songs and in the presence of God. Students on the trip made connections and shared the joy of the Lord. Trips like these give students a new perspective on their own lives by seeing into others. Brom Wheeler went on the trip to Costa Rica. Here's what he had to share.
My name is Brom Wheeler. I went with Evangel to Costa Rica this spring, and we served children there through skits, and we would do worship also and some sermons. So every day we would get in the bus and travel somewhere in Costa Rica and just set up at a school or a church and just bring in kids. It was very chill. You just grab whoever's there, like go on the streets, like gather children up, and like if they want to come, then they come, and we do ministry with them, and it was awesome.
If you would like to be a part of a Global Cultures and Compassions missions trip, visit them on the second floor of Lewis. This has been Eli Wright, reporting for NewsWatch.
Coming up, law schools are seeing an increase in student applications.
And I'll talk with the lead actress from Evangel's upcoming theater production, Anastasia. We'll be right back.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Law schools are seeing a surge in applications. More than 64,000 people are applying this year. That's a 20% increase across nearly 200 schools, according to the Wall Street Journal. For example, McGeorge School of Law in California has seen a 25% increase in applicants. Georgetown University's law school has 14,000 applications for 650 spots. Some students say the political climate is a reason they are chasing a law degree. Others see it as a more reliable career amid tech and government layoffs. Standing by is Ruby with Haida Blackard, who will give us an inside look at the upcoming Evangel Theater performance. Ruby?
Thanks, Nick. I'm here with Haida Blackard, the lead of Evangel's upcoming production of the musical Anastasia. Haida, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Are you able to give us a brief description of what this play is?
Sure. So this play centers around this character named Anya, the character that I'm playing, and she doesn't know who she is. She has amnesia about her past, and she's trying to discover who she is. And she meets two con men who are looking to find a girl to play the part of Anastasia, who is the lost princess. That there's this rumor that this princess was survived this attack that happened during the rise of the communist revolution. And they think that Anya is the perfect girl to play the part. And she thinks that she might be Anastasia, but she's not sure. And so the whole show is just her trying to discover, could she be the Princess Anastasia?
Yeah, that's awesome. What about this play makes it different from other productions Evangel's had in the past?
That's a good question. I think the biggest thing might be we're introducing a lot of different tech elements. We're using projections for our backgrounds, and I don't believe that's something they've done before.
Yeah, that's awesome. What has been one of the most challenging parts of this production for you?
I would say portraying the character of Anya has been a little difficult because she's very complex. She's timid, but then she is also supposed to be confident. You know, she's forgotten who she is, but she still grew up as a princess. And so trying to portray that clearly to the audience, I think, has been a challenge, but it's been really fun to try to discover that character.
Yeah, it's based off of a Disney movie, correct?
Yes.
Have you seen that movie before? Were you familiar with this part before you jumped into the role?
I was. My sisters and I really loved watching it when we were younger, and the music from it is probably my favorite part.
Yes.
It's just absolutely beautiful. So, yes.
Yeah. What's been your favorite part of the rehearsals and preparing for this production?
I think my favorite part has just been spending time with the cast. Everyone in this show is just very fun to be with. We're all very unified. And I love those moments backstage where we can just joke and laugh with each other.
Yeah. I know this is a big production and it takes a lot of time to go into it. So how often would you say that you guys are rehearsing and preparing for this?
So we are rehearsing every night, Monday through Friday, from around 7 to 9:30ish, 10. So it's a lot. It's a lot of rehearsing.
Yeah, and has that been? Could you share with us a story from that is either funny or just lighthearted? Do you have a moment that comes to mind when you remember these rehearsals you've had?
I think there's a lot of little moments. I think whenever we are on stage performing something, there's often people in the backstage who are like dancing, trying to distract us, and that's always funny to watch. There's also times where we like to make parodies of the songs that we're singing. And so, for example, one of our songs start with how can I desert you, how to tell you why, and we changed that phrase to how can I desert you with some apple pie. And we do the whole song that way, and we just laugh a lot about it. So just lots of little moments like that. Yeah.
Have you been part of other theater groups before coming to Evangel?
Yes, so pretty much since literally I was a baby, because I was in a church play where the guy playing Jesus was holding me up. There's a picture of it. Quite literally, every year of my life, I've been in some kind of community production, something for my school, something for my church. Yeah.
What has been different about working with Evangel's theater department, or something that's special that you haven't experienced in the past?
I think I've never encountered such a great caliber of excellence in what we're doing in a Christian environment, with directors who are wonderful people and are fun to work with, but also just to be with. And the same with the cast. And I feel like everyone really just rises to this level together, which is something I've not always experienced.
That's awesome. For people who are interested, could you give us, when are these productions? When can people go see this?
Yes, so the productions will be April 3rd through the 5th and April 11th through the 13th.
Awesome. And then how do people get tickets?
So we have a link to a website. It's on posters around campus, and I'm sure it's on the theater website as well. And you can scan the QR code.
Awesome.
I think, yeah.
Haida, thank you so much for being here. Let's go back to Nick and Madison at the desk.
Thanks, Ruby. So Madison, will we actually see some normal temperatures?
Well, it looks like we're gonna see some warm temperatures, and then we're gonna go back to cold temperatures, and then we're gonna go back up to warm temperatures. But we'll see more of that in my full forecast, so stay with us.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
we discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things,
but they're all pure love.
5 lions were rescued from the war zone in Ukraine. 1 male African lion and 4 lionesses were recovered from the illegal pet and wildlife trade. All 5 were neglected and abandoned by their owners. After a 12-hour journey by road and ferry, they arrived earlier this month at the Big Cat Sanctuary in England. Staff say they are adapting well to their enclosures, which have been designed around each lion's individual needs.
I am sure glad that those lions were recovered from the war.
Yeah, it sounds like they're doing really good in their new home. Madison, can you tell us what's coming up with the weather?
Yes, our current conditions right at this moment is it feels like 60 degrees, and it is 60 degrees, so it's a little cooler this morning, but as we go into the day, we're actually going to get up to a high of 80 degrees. So we're going to kind of feel that summer feeling that we're going to feel right at this moment. And as we go into tomorrow, we're going to have a high of 62 with a low of 57. So we're going to kind of fluctuate and kind of go down. But as we go into Saturday, we're going to go back up into 83 degrees. So we're going to go back up in the weather. We're going to feel more like summer weather. And as we go into our satellite, we see this is from the past, so this is the precipitation, and as we can see in the radar, we can see kind of what that is looking like now, and we see that the precipitation is moving southeast, and it's going on the top of Missouri, down into Kentucky, into Tennessee. And we look into the national forecast for tomorrow, we're going to see that precipitation in all of Missouri, all of Illinois, all of this area. So we're going to see some rains tomorrow. So make sure you're prepared for that. And our extended forecast, like I said, 80 degrees today, 62 tomorrow, a high of 83 on Saturday, then 67 on Sunday, Monday's 52. So we're kind of going up. And then we're going down again, but we're going to go back up on Wednesday with 70 degrees with some rain here and there. This has been All Things Weathery with Madison Tabor. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Madison. After the break, we'll hear about the benefits of coffee.
And Nicholas McKinney will be here to give us the latest in sports news. We'll be right back.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Coffee has become a natural beverage for many in the morning, but according to a recent study, it is also a drink that can improve one's gut health. This new study, published in Nature Microbiology, suggests that beneficial bacteria can form based on one's coffee habit. This bacteria can, in turn, provide benefits to maintaining the wellness of a person's gut. This study, done by Drs. Danby Kim, Nicholas Sagata, and Rudolph Bedford, is part of the continuous search by scientists to examine food's various effects on our physical well-being. And I am very thankful that people are choosing coffee every morning.
Yeah, I know some people are going to use this to motivate their coffee drinking habits. Let's turn to Nicholas McKinley, who's here to give us the latest in sports. Nick?
Thank you, Ruby. The University of Texas has hired Sean Miller to be the new coach of their men's basketball team. This comes as Sean Miller led his previous college, Xavier, to beat the Longhorns last week in the first 4 matches of this year's National College Basketball Championship, otherwise known as March Madness. Many teams like Texas, who lost in the tournament last week, are already making significant changes to hopefully bring them more success in the next season. The March Madness games will resume tonight as the final 16 teams compete to make it to the semifinals. The MLB has found its champions for its 2 spring training leagues. The Toronto Blue Jays took home first place in Florida's Grapefruit League, while the San Francisco Giants earned the top spot in Arizona's Cactus League. These championships come from the MLB's exhibition games in the spring that are meant to help prepare teams for the regular season. Both the Blue Jays and the Giants will begin their regular season this afternoon, along with the rest of the MLB, for the league's opening day games. Evangel students Alex Richardson and Devin Wright have earned the title of KCAC's Men's Track and Field Athletes of the Week. The honor comes as both athletes gave strong performances at an outdoor meet in Rolla, Missouri on Saturday. Richardson earned 4th place in both his discus and javelin competitions over the weekend, meeting the NAIA B standard. Devin Wright, meanwhile, placed first in both the 100 and 400 meter dash. Wright also broke the school record for 400 meter dash. Evangel's next outdoor track and field competition starts today and will go through Saturday as they compete in the SBU Bearcat Invitational at Bolivar. Now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Nick. Hopefully Sean Miller will live up to his expectations.
Hopefully the EU track team will continue to excel.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to hear about new attractions at Silver Dollar City's parent company. We'll be right back.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hershon Family Entertainment, the parent company of Silver Dollar City, has signed an agreement with Parques Reunidos to acquire all 20 of Palace Entertainment's U.S. properties. Properties in this acquisition include Kennywood Theme Park in Pennsylvania and Lake Compounds in Connecticut. According to a Hershon Family Entertainment press release, the agreement provides Hershon the opportunity to expand while still allowing Parques Reunidos to strategically focus on its core European market.
Do you think Silver Dollar City will make any additional changes?
I don't know, we'll see. You'll have to check it out next time you go. Madison, can we get one more look at the weather?
Yes, our extended forecast for this week. Today is going to be a high of 80. Tomorrow we'll have a high of 62, and Saturday a high of 68, with Sunday being 67. So we're going to have a bit of a warm weekend coming up. And then Monday, high of 52, Tuesday, a high of 64, and then Wednesday, a high of 70. So enjoy the sun while it's out. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Madison. That's all for us here today. Check out euvalormedia.com for more Evangel news. I'm Ruby Mitchell.
And I'm Nicholas Brownlee. Please join us next week here on NewsWatch Today.